Okay, guys and girls, I'm going to shoot a new video of this 72 International Scout. I've been working 60 to 80 hours a week, and I'm in the process of remodeling a house on top of it all. So I really have a lot going on. So I don't sit at my computer all day, and I don't have social media on my phone. So I've actually gotten in some arguments with people lately about questions, and because I just send them my phone number to call, because I check my computer and then I go back to work. I don't have time to sit on my computer, sit on my phone all day. I actually work with my hands, and I need them. So I can make a phone call, and I can talk on speaker, or I can talk in my truck when I'm driving from one place to another, but I don't have time to sit on my computer, sit on my phone while I'm driving. That being said, half the questions people ask me, and they're like, it's just a simple question. Well, it's answered in the first 4 videos. So the question this particular gentleman was asking and got all ignorant with me about was answered in 3 of the videos. In the very first video, and then I update videos as I get time, and when I drive things and go, in between things, I try to shoot a video when I'm going to pick up parts and things, whatever. That being said, I don't have time to sit on my computer all day. I work 2 jobs, and technically I work 3, anyways. But so that being said, if you don't watch the video, I can't help you. But I'm not going to address these people who won't call. If you're trying to buy a $20, $30, $40,000 vehicle, $50,000 vehicle, and you can't make a phone call, I don't want to sell you a car. Okay, it's as simple as that. Call me a dinosaur, call me what you want, and I don't care. I don't care. I'm not gonna sit and text back and forth all day. I don't sit at a desk all day. So that being said, I'm gonna get to the truck. So if you look, I've had some rust questions, and maybe, I guess I never really posted much of the underneath of this, but I've had dozens of Scouts, and this is one of the cleanest ones I've ever had. If you stare at the seams and you see the factory rivets, pop rivets and things and stuff, it's the body's been worked over at some point. And in the original video, I talked about this rust, and I think what that was on that rocker, if you look at the rocker, it's the rocker can be replaced very easily because it was bad prep work. I'm convinced of that, because the rest of the truck is so crazy clean. I think they didn't put enough primer on it. It got contaminated. It sat before they painted it, and then when they painted it, it didn't adhere. So because where most Scouts are just rotten, to no end, this Scout is not. So, anyways, and there is you do need to put a piece of sheet metal underneath that floor. Thank God they did not, because when I did a recent repair, I had to get to the top of the fuel tank, and instead of having to drop the tank on the side of the road, I was able to actually do it from the top side. So, and I'll explain that to somebody when they call. If you don't call, well, then I'm not selling you the vehicle. So, anyways, you can look at the bottoms of the doors. You can look at the seams on the rockers. Trying to show the underneath for a specific person who asked about the underneath. So, anyways, and one of the questions this particular person asked 6 times, I told him to call me, was about that gauge cluster that he had, the speedometer cluster, the entire cluster put on the floorboard there. So, and if he would have simply watched the videos I told him to watch, and he could say, I'm too lazy to answer the question. Well, he was too lazy to go watch the 4 videos on my page, that explain that. He would have known that was gone a long time ago. Anyways, you can see how clean the firewall is as far as the seams where the pinch welds are, as far as rust goes. I've had a couple of these that were rusty in the cowl and stuff. The windshield frame is super nice. It is not a show truck. It does have dings and dents. It has had some stuff done to it, but it is absolutely a fun driver, and I've had some growing pains with it myself, because the guy who built it, I've cleaned up a few things and been cleaning up things, and I had a interesting thing with that fuel tank, which I got worked out now. We've been driving this to dinner, and I've been driving it quite far. I actually drove it to the airport at midnight to pick my son up when he came in from on his leave. But anyways, we drive it to dinner a lot. We're actually going to take it to dinner tonight since I got it out. But I just wanted to shoot a new video with some more pictures and show a little bit more of it. So this is what gauges I have, and it's still not complete. It needs an aftermarket gauge cluster put in it, but I put the OBD2 one in, and it got me some features. I got volts, I've got stuff, but you need a gas gauge. You need the gas gauge wasn't working accurately on that when you had that stock cluster in there anyways. So, and the speedometer's off because of the lift, but now you got volts and temperature and some things. There you go.